Hello everyone, this is our Catapult project we've been working on for a little while now. As we left it, we were working on the brackets. We got our first one set up for our winch assembly. We're going to go ahead and duplicate this bracket and create one for a stake holder on the front left here, and then two for the bottom axles underneath. So I'll just hit Control D to duplicate this bracket. W for translate. Move it off to the side over here. We need to flip it 90 degrees, looks like in the Z, so I'll just put our value of 90 over here. There we go. I'll translate this over, translate it down. Okay, that looks good. Now we need to scale this down, because this is going to be way too big for a stake. So I'm going to scale it to, let's say, about right there. Okay, that looks okay. Now, I need to also make it a little wider because that looks a little bit of a narrow bracket. So we're just going to scale it up in the Y so now it's got a little bit more thickness to it. Yeah, that looks okay. We're going to stay with that. Alright, so now I need to create some for the axles as well. So I'm going to grab another one of these guys and hit Control D. And now I need to flip this thing upside down, so it should just be a 180, but the Z-axis. There we go. Just translate that down. Scale it down just a little bit. This is obviously going to need to be fitted quite a bit when I put the axles in, but let's just go ahead and get this one in here. Hit Control D, we'll just duplicate this one more time. Actually, let's hold off on duplicating this one because I want to place the screws on here before I duplicate that guy. So, we'll grab one screw head and get that process going. Hit Control D, translate it down over here, and another 180 in the Z, so now it's facing downward. Move it over on top of this foot for the bracket. Okay. Control D again. Move it over on his other. Okay. So now I have a little set so I can mess with this. So I'm gonna select all three of them. And I can already kind of tell the. Yeah, I'm gonna adjust the height of this bracket because I can already see that that's not really going to quite work for the axle, so I'm just going to scale it up just a little bit because I have a duplicate in here. Duplicate that guy. Right. There we go. That will work. So I'm going to select the two screw heads and the bracket. I'm just hit Control D on all of them. And I'll just move those ones forward. Now, I don't want it to get too close to this spike, otherwise I could have it to where the wheel is running into the spike. So I'm going to kind of leave it a little bit back here. That looks okay. Okay, so now we got our brackets placed. We need to create an axle now. It's going to go on the side here. And to do that, I'm going to use a cylinder. So I'm going to go to Create, Polygon Primitives, Cylinder. Okay. You turn it on its side. So 90-degree rotation on the Z. That's good. I'm going to translate it down, translate it forward, and I'm going to scale this one out. Okay, so scale a little more. No, I want to. Okay. So I'm going to need to adjust this bracket just a little bit more on the side so that it touches the axle. This is all aesthetic stuff. I mean, this is 100% necessary to do what I'm doing right now, but it just makes it to where it looks like the bracket was fitted for it. Okay. So now with this cylinder, I'm going to add a little bit of interest to it. You guys don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm going to. I'm going to go to face mode, select all the faces, and then I'm going to deselect this intersection. So I just have the caps selected. So holding down Control, left mouse button does a deselection from our key. Alright, so now I'm going to run my extrude tool, and I'm going to use the scale function to scale this in slightly and pull it up so it looks slightly beveled. I'll hit G to repeat last command, click the box for scale again, scale it inward, and hit G again so I can put a little inset on this axle. Oops. I want the arrow, not the rotation. There we go. Alright, so now I got a nice little axle going on here. Now I need to go through the texturing process here. So I'm going to texture this axle real quick. I'm going to let's see here, jump into my hypershade. And I'm going to assign this to my UV map texture. There's that texture's on there. I also need to make sure I name this. So I'm going to call this mesh axle. Okay, so my object is named. It's assigned to this texture. I'm ready to jump in and create some UVs for it. So go to, I'm in the animation editor. Go to polygons. Create UVs, automatic mapping. Let's see here. The projection's still really big, so I'll just fix that really quick. That's good. Alright, now let's go into the UV texture editor and get to work. So, do my split panel, and go to Panels, Panel, UV texture editor. Okay, and these are all going to be really easy because I want them all just to be metal. So I'm not going to try to make it to where they're all running the same way like they were with the wood because there's no grains in the metal. I just need to take each one and kind of stick it over here. Well, maybe I took all these at the same time and rotated them. That might be easier for me. There we go. Save a little bit from time. Scale it just a little bit so the length fits inside there. There we go. Translate that up. Grab this one down here, move it up. Good. Grab this guy here, rotate it. Still looking good. Okay. Grab this one, put it in there. Or I can grab the rest of these guys and just put them in there. Just make sure they fit in. There we go. Just remember, overlapping UVs is fine with this kind of texturing because this isn't like a skin texture where there's designated noses, spots, and eyeballs. So it's just material texture. Okay. A little seam there, but that's going to be okay. I'm going to let that slide. Alright, so I'm just going to hit Control D, duplicate, move the axle over here. And I'm going to have to adjust the axle on this one as well. So, go to vertex mode, grab these ones here, and just slide it over. Good enough. Okay, so now I just need to create the stake that's going to go inside here. So I'm going to go to, I'm going to create a cube, create polygon primitives, cube. Okay, I'll just bring this cube over here. I just need to fit it inside this bracket area. Alright, just use my scale tool to get fitted in there. I should center it first. There we go. Scale it out a little bit, scale it wide, translate it forward just a little bit. Alright. Scale it up. Alright, so that's decent. Now I just need to create the spike on the bottom, so I'm just going to go to face mode, select that bottom face. I'm going to go to extrude. I'm going to extrude this guy straight down. About so. Okay, and then I'm going to use my scale function to create a point here. That's good. I'll make this one a little bit bigger. So the idea is that like this stake is supposed to be driven into the ground to hold this catapult in place. So alright, that's good. So now I'm going to create UVs for it. Big UVs, automatic mapping, just a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to go to our hypershade and assign this to this object here. Go to assign material to selection. Go to my UV texture editor and texture this guy. Alright, so I'm going to go with this this texture we got. Actually, I'm going to go with the dark wood. I think, see, I'm trying to decide if I want to go because the bracket itself is that one wood texture and the dark wood is behind it. Decisions. I think that we're going to go with the dark wood though. It's all a static decision anyways. There's no right or wrong answer here. And if I don't like it, I can always change it later. Okay, there we are. My stake is textured. Looks okay to me. Alright, so now we just got to deal with moving all this stuff over to the other side. Oops, actually we got to put some screw heads on this bracket here. So Control D for this one. Now, this is going to be a 90-degree rotation in the Z. Okay, and I'll just push that down over here. Control D. And then I'll put it right here on the foot. Alright, so now I have created my axles, placed my brackets, screw heads. Now I'm ready to actually mirror all this stuff to the other side. So I'm going to select each screw head and bracket, not the axles because those go all the way across. Okay, I'm going to group all of them. So Control G. Now if I hit W, you can see now that the manipulator is now at the origin. That's where I want it. Oops. Actually, let's undo this because I didn't get my stake in. Very good. Now I have the stake. Control G. I'm going to Control D for this group here, and I'm going to put a -1 in the X scale. Now we're on this other side. I'm going to have to pop back a couple steps here because I didn't get this one here as well. Alright. Try again. Control G, Control D, and now we get -1 in the X scale. There we go, that's better. Alright, so now all our brackets are set. Everything's placed symmetrically. I missed something else as well. Dang it. I missed these two screws here. I'm just going to do them separately. I don't like doing that, but try going back. So I'll just Control G, Control D, -1 on the X scale. There we go. I've done the other side as well. Alright, so this is a good stopping point for this lesson. We're going to do the wheels and winch in the next lesson. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next lesson.